Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks, and I just did a video kind of on this last night, but somebody got back to me. They want holes on the outside or on this backing board for each individual feather, but they only want holes on the backing board and not on the feathers. So I thought I'd show how I would do it. I'm going to just do this feather and then a smaller feather. And he actually sent me a file of the size hole he wants, and there it is right there. And I'm not 100% sure I've got it down what he wants yet, but we're gonna do this to get them so they can attach some ribbons to these feathers to hold them to this backing board. So, a couple ways you could do this to get this shape. And I sent him a file last night. He hadn't responded yet. And I used the contour tool to contour that. And I started thinking you could actually do this with the 3-point curve line, because you're definitely not going to want holes in that part of the feather. So we're going to go from about there and then curve it. And then we're going to go from about here and curve it. And because I've touched them together, they should be joined. And then we're going to take the shape tool again and grab our handles and just kind of move it around and kind of get it more maybe in the center of this line. And if you turn this into if you right click and turn in, well, it's already a cusp, so only one handle moves at a time. And you could play around with this forever. And maybe let's get the smoothing tool and smooth out that part. Let's make our smoothing tool a little bit bigger and make it like 2 inches. And take that line right there and kind of smooth out that line. So now we roughly have it in the middle. It could be moved over a little bit, right in here. And just take your line and just move it over. So let's call that good enough. Now let's nudge that line out of the way. And let's find our dots or holes. And he said something about he wanted about 1 inch apart. So we need to find out how long this line is. So you can go to Windows, Dockers, Properties, and click right here, and it's going to tell you that curve is 9.355. So we need basically 9 sets of lines or 9 sets of holes. So I've got these grouped together. I've never really blended, or maybe I don't have them. Let's make sure they're individual. Yeah, I had 2 sets. So let's hit B and put them to the equal. Now we kind of want to bring them in to our feather to see size-wise spacing. And in some parts they're going to fit perfectly, in some parts they're going to be spaced out a little bit too far apart. So in this case, let's bring this one in a little bit more and then hit B to get them equal. I'm actually going to hit Control G to group them together. I'm going to grab the blend tool, which is under Effects and Blend. And I need another set, so I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate of these and then move them down. Evidently didn't do it. Well, you know what? I think it's because I've got the nudge factor. Oh, I've got that set on 15, or he had it set on 15. So it moved it out of the way. And if you ever want to find them, just hit your F4 key and you can tell that they're up here somewhere or down here. But that's beside the point. So we've got our set of numbers, and we're going to Control D and make a duplicate and move it down. And we basically need 9, so we need 7 because we've already got 2. And we're going to hit Apply. And then we're going to go right here to Blend Along New Path. And we're going to click on our path, then blend along full path and hit Apply. Now what you could do, and because we nudged it, we nudge it right back. Still got my nudge factor set on 15. I'm going to grab this item. I'm going to go to Object. I'm going to have to select it all. Go to Object and break the blend apart, and then take away this line. Hope I didn't move that. Yeah, I did. take away this line, and now grab all these and nudge them over to the feather, and see how nice that is. Now, all you have to do, because we've nudged, we can nudge it over there, and that's those feathers, holes for that feather. So all you'd have to do is do the same thing for this other one. And this one's gonna be a little easier because it's shorter. And I'm not gonna start on the very top or go to the very end. And it's a really weird shape. So you might, I don't know how close this needs to be, so I double clicked and made another node there. And let's grab some handles and move that kind of in that shape. Now this line, and I probably shouldn't have closed that docker down. This line is only 1.68, so it really needs just 2 sets of the circles, and I'm having trouble finding them. I know I made another set. They're so little, they're right here. And I've got 2 sets, so let's select them. And with the blend doctor, let's go ahead and do 2, because well, really we just need 1, because we've already got 2. And then blend along our new path. And this time I didn't move it out of the way, which I should have, so it won't interfere with our other line. And here's our blend, and I'm gonna blend along new path, and I need to zoom in. So just hit the escape key. Here we go. We're talking some little bitty stuff. Blend along new path. Now this time, we're gonna wanna blend along full path, and then select it all and blend apart. Try to grab the line and delete it, and then just take these and nudge it over to that feather. You see, I did it pretty good, but we're not perfect. So what you can do, you can ungroup these and ungroup the whole thing. And holding down the control button so they'll be kind of perpendicular, you have to ungroup all of them. I should have just ungrouped all. But if you hold down the control button, you'll get it on the same plane as the other one. These just need to be moved in a little bit. I didn't ungroup these. If you ever see anything like that move, just move it back. Then start moving and hold down the control button. Now the bottom 2, I don't really know if you need them. I guess you're gonna need 2 holes. So let's go and group and ungroup. And let's move these guys up a little bit and then move them in. Holding down the control button. So and you really don't have to do that, because you can always get them here and then hit B or T and put them at the top. Then grab all those lines and nudge it over to our shape, and there you have that wing. Now this is going to be a little time consuming, and I truly hope I'm on the right track now of what he's wanting to do. But that way you've got holes in your feather to hold the feathers on. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.